Hi, welcome to the Online Jewelry Academy. I'm Professor John Ahr and I'm your instructor. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to work with half-round wire, and we're going to twist it in two different ways. Now, if you're not familiar with half-round wire, just imagine a round wire and then cut it in half, and you'll end up with a rounded top and a flat bottom. And I have an example of it right here. Now you can see here's the flat surface, and if I turn it over, it's nice and rounded. And I'm going to be merging this with a round wire that's been twisted on itself. Now the way that I did this was I captured both ends of my round wire in my bench vise. Then I inserted a tool into the loop of the wire and pulled it taut. And I turned the wire to the right, just like the industry likes, in order to create a twist. Once I had sufficiently twisted the wire, I removed it from the vise. Then what I did was I just cut the piece of wire to an appropriate length to work with my half-round wire. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to position the half-round wire with the twisted round wire in the vise, where the round wire is on the flat surface of the wire. And this is going to make an encapsulated look. I also am going to show you in a second example where I captured the round twist on the rounded side of the half-round wire and achieved a completely different look. Now, if you look over here, you'll see an example of a half-round wire that's just twisted loosely on itself, another single twist. And you'll notice that it created gaps. And these gaps look like they're just begging for me to wrap some material into them. Well, if you look next door, you can see that I did that in this example. What this is the half-round wire twisted with a twisted square wire. And you've seen me do that in other wire twisting videos. I simply took a square wire, put it into my bench vise, gave it a nice twist and re-annealed it and put it together with the half-round wire. Now this one has a dark contrast to it because I subjected it to a liver of sulfur patination process. But if you look right here, I've got the exact same thing. I've got a square twisted wire twisted with the half-round wire, but the contrast occurs because I'm using a contrasting color of metal. I'm using silver with copper. You can combine any colors of metal together. Now, in this video, what I'm going to show you is how to do this. Here's the half-round wire with the round wire that's been twisted on itself. And this one has also been given a nice patina with liver of sulfur and then brushed a little bit with a 4/0 steel wool to bring out the highlights or the contrast. And remember, I told you we had a different way of doing it where we captured the wire on the opposite side of the half-round profile. Well, here are the examples over here. And the thing that I want you to notice about them is the fact that it looks like we skip. Every other twist has something in it. In this case, what I have is the half-round wire with a silver square twisted wire. And you can see that the half-round wire almost takes on a nice curvature to itself. Over here, I've done the same exact thing, but in all silver. And you can see it looks very, very expensive and elegant. Now, the one that's way over here, this one is kind of interesting. What I did was I took that square, small profile wire and I twisted it, annealed it, doubled it on itself like I did with the copper wire, and gave that an additional twist. So there's a lot more faceting on the small square wire in this one. So these are very, very expensive, nice looking wires. This was a technique that was very popular in the Victorian era, and I think you can see why. It's just simple and elegant and beautiful. So let's show you how to make this twist. First, I'm going to put on my safety glasses. Next, what I want to do is I'm going to grab my half-round wire, and remember, I'm going to position the double or the twisted round wire on the flat surface. Then I'll bring it over to my bench vise and I capture the wires together. Now, if you have difficulty doing this, remember, you can solder the ends of the wires together if it makes it easier for you to capture it in the vise. Okay, so they're in here nice and tight. Then what I do is I grab my draw tongs or lineman pliers that have these nice little crook to hold my hand, and I'm just going to grab it nice and tight and hold it. Now remember, I need to twist to the right. I don't recommend using power tools for this, but if you're going to use them anyway, be sure to solder the ends of the wire together. Now you can stop at any point, but I kind of like it where it's a little bit tight, but we've already done that, so let's make one that's a little bit looser. So I'm going to stop there. Okay, I'll set down my pliers and release my wire. Okay, now remember, if you want to give it a tighter twist, you can always put it back into your bench vise and twist it a little bit further, but I think it's interesting to see the variations on the twists. Now, in future videos, I'll show you how to use some wires like this for various projects. I hope you liked this video. I think this is beautiful myself. Be sure to check out our playlist on onlinejewelryacademy.com, and don't forget that we have courses on udemy.com. You'll find the links and the discount codes in the description to this video below. Thanks for watching.